Very good morning to one and all. This is Swarnam, Assistant Professor of MBA Department of SNS College of Technology. In this video, we are going to discuss on a case study of Vivo Limited. So, today we are going to discuss the case study which is related to capital structure. So, before entering into the discussion part of this case study, we will have a short introduction about the case. So, Vivo Limited, it is a manufacturing concern and it is having a share capital of 60 lakh rupees. So, the the share capital of this company is 60 lakh. The earnings per share of the company in the previous year is 0.50, and now the company is wanted to get into a diversification. That is, they wanted to get into a new market, they wanted to expand their business. So, for this purpose the company is in the need of an additional capital of 40 lakh rupees. So, the company, they have decided to issue 10% of debenture for raising that 40 lakh rupees. So, during the current year, the company has earned a profit of 8 lakh on the capital employed and they are in the tax bracket of 40%. Now, we are going to have a discussion of the case. So, the first discussion about the case is whether the shareholder has gained or lost in respect to the current year in respect to the earnings per share on the diversification. So, we are going to see that along with the calculation, and the second is we have to state 3 factors for favor of issuing the debenture, because now the company, they have been issued debentures, right. So, now we are going to bring 3 points which is favor of issuing the debentures by the company on its capital structure. So, let us get into the discussion part of this case study. So, the first discussion is we wanted to check whether the company has earned, whether shareholders has gained or lost in respect to the EPS. So, the additional capital which has been raised was 40 lakh rupees. The earnings on the capital employed is 8 lakh, which has been given in the case. So, we have to find out the new earnings of the company. So, earnings on the capital employed is 8 lakh. They have been told us they are in the tax bracket of 40%. So, the tax comes to 3.2. So, the new earnings would be 4.8 lakhs. So, what would be the shareholder before share capital before the diversification is 60 lakh. Before entering into the additional capital, it has been raised using debenture is 40 lakh. So, now the total capital is 100 lakh. Since the company has been issued debentures, there will not be any changes in the number of shares. So, the number of shareholders, they will remain constant. There will not be any increase in the number of shares or the shareholders. So, the new EPS is the new earnings we have found out in the previous slide, that is 4.8 lakh, and the initial number of shares, that is 60 lakh divided by 0.50, that is 120. So, the new EPS would be 0.04. So, when we compare to the previous year, we have seen in the initial of the introduction of the case itself, in the previous year they have, the EPS per share is 0.50 and the new EPS is 0.04, that is after the diversification. So, here we can come to a conclusion, the shareholders would have been experienced, obviously they would have been experienced with a decrease in the EPS after the diversification. Hence, it indicates that the shareholders has not gained any extra amount, they have lost their earnings per share. And second point of discussion is, we have to give 3 factors in favor of issuing the debentures. So, one is interest tax shield. That is, the main purpose the company has been issuing the debenture is they are exempted by the tax. So, the company, they do not wanted to pay tax for the interest which has been given to the debenture holders. Hence, it obviously reduce the tax liability of the company and it will help to increase the profitability. Hence, by way of issuing the debentures, we can get an exemption of the interest which has been under the we do not wanted to pay interest for the tax. We do not wanted to pay tax for the interest which we have been paying. So, we can get exempted for the interest tax. Then fixed obligation is the another benefit, because if we have been issuing a debenture, obviously we have to pay a specific rate of interest, though we are earning a profit nor we have been suffering with a loss. So, even if a company is not in a position of getting profitability, even in the scenario of the no profitability or less profitability, the company do not wanted to pay dividend for their shareholders, because they have been forced to pay dividend to the debenture holders. So, that is one benefit. And the third one is diversification on capital sources. So, by way of issuing the debenture, the company diversifies its sources beyond its equity shareholders, because if they have been issued, again if they have been issued that 40 lakhs in equity, the number of shareholders would be excess and they will have a no problem, or they will have a drawback of getting more number of shareholders and they will lose their control. But then when they have been going for issuing the debentures, already they have issued only equity shares, now they have been gone for another sources as a debentures. So, here coming to the conclusion, we can tell issuing the debenture can save the tax, and you will have some fixed obligation to pay interest. So, you do not wanted to pay dividend compulsorily to the shareholders, and you can reduce your risk factor also.